Hello everyone and welcome to another real estate video. This is Javy, the real estate YouTube guy here in Phoenix, Arizona, helping you accomplish your home goals. So when you're buying a house, you know on your side you're going to have two people. You're going to have the lender and you're going to have the real estate agent. So a common question most people ask is, well, who do I find first? If you're in a situation where maybe you don't know too many people in your area, or maybe you just moved in about 1 or 2 years ago and you happen to not have a realtor that you know or a lender that you know already, people are kind of in the dark and saying, well, where do I go? Do I find my realtor first or do I find the lender first? Well, in today's video, I'm going to do my best to explain from my perspective on who I think you should hire first in order to produce a more efficient and successful transaction. So first and foremost, let's discuss this. Realtor and lender are two different people. I know sometimes a realtor might recommend a lender or a lender might recommend a realtor, but these guys are two separate companies and do not work for each other. They do not give each other kickbacks of any sort, as that is against the law. So these guys are working together exclusively for two reasons. One, they like each other, they like the way one works, and two, they're going to trust that they're going to take care of their client. However, both of them have different standards of practices or business practices that I think should be made aware so you guys helps you guys make your decision. So a realtor's main source of business comes from out there meeting people, meeting home buyers, home sellers, building relationships with them, and hopefully when they are looking to buy or sell a home, they will think of that realtor and reach out to them. A lender, on the other hand, although it is, some of them do make a priority of, going out there and trying to find the clients, a lot of their sources of business aren't necessarily from going and trying to find clients, but they're trying out there to find realtors. Because if you have a realtor, if a lender has 5 realtors that do 10 deals a month, well then that lender should expect it to get barely maybe let's say 4/5 of them, so they'll get 40 transactions just from having these 5 realtors. And once again, I know there's several scenarios where maybe there's a lender out there that doesn't do that, or a lender that doesn't really kiss realtors butt, but rather they do a good job for clients and they get referrals. And I'm sure on the other hand, I'm sure there's realtors out there that get a lot of business, not from out there in socializing, but getting business from lenders that send them business or whatever. But majority of the time, this is how things are done in real estate. So if you understand this principle, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I, as a realtor in the business for over 6 years, believe that if you're going to be looking to buy a home and you're not familiar, you don't have a referral, you don't have a realtor that you like, or you haven't found someone online that made an impression on you, I think you should find a realtor first before you find a lender. It is possible for a buyer to actually go and do the work and find their own realtor and then go out there and find their own lender, but most of the time, if you meet one of them, either lender or realtor, they're going to be able to refer you to a realtor or lender that they like working with. Now, it doesn't mean you have to work with a certain person. There's always, you can go get second opinions and do whatever you need. But here's the difference. Lenders are in the business of getting realtors business. So if you come to them and let's say you get referred to one, or maybe you happen to be on Google, you find one, or you go to your local bank, whatever the case may be, you go in there, you talk with the lender, you get your pre-qualification done. So now that the lender has your pre-approval and now they're assigned with a job to find a realtor, there's 2 to 3 things that can happen. The first thing is they can try to send you to a realtor that they haven't really worked with before, but they're trying to get their business. They'll go and say, hey, what's up, man? It's me. Realtors, we get calls from realtors all the time from realtors. Realtors get calls from lenders all the time that want our business, right? So maybe a lender, they get your pre-qual and they'll go call Joe Schmo, who they've been trying to get their business for about a few months now, and say, hey, I got this pre-qualification for you. He's super solid. He's ready to go. Here you go, right? So they're going to send you to a realtor that, maybe might do a good job for you, but you're not going to know because they've never worked with them before. The second thing that could happen is they could send them to a realtor that they like working with, and in that situation, you might have a pretty good transaction. Or the third thing they can do is they have an assigned list of realtors that they have to use because the company that they're working for, whatever, they have an agreement with them, whatever, that they have to send. Now, either of those scenarios could go okay for you. You could end up being paired with a great realtor who's going to do a great job for you. But the thing is there's a chance of it not going great for you. And my thing, especially in real estate or in life, is minimizing the risk of something bad happening. That way, everything goes as good as it can, at least when it happens. So there's a chance of you going to a realtor that maybe might not take you so seriously because it's a lender they're not really trying to work with, or maybe they're going to be sent to a realtor who's the top guy who might be too busy. there's just an opportunity that it might go great, but there's also an opportunity that it might not go great. So this is why I always say find your realtor first. Your lender is going to be in charge of your mortgage, your loan, your down payment assistance, whatever that is. But your primary source of contact throughout the whole real estate transaction is going to be your realtor. They're not going to be doing the pre-qual, but they're going to be the ones that you're going to call in the 8 p.m. saying, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Am I sure I want to do this? They're going to be the ones that are looking at houses with you. They're going to be the ones making offers with you. They're going to be basically your I want to say your heart of the real estate transaction, but in a way it is. They're going to be your go-to, right? So this is the person you're going to have absolute trust in. I get calls, guys, from all over the country, and they'll call me and say, hey, this just happened, or my realtor's asking for earnest money. What do I do? And I always tell these people, guys, you're calling this random guy on YouTube. Why aren't you calling your realtor? And the answer always is, well, I don't really trust the guy, or I don't really trust her. So the thing is that your realtor is going to be your go-to. If you trust your lender, you met them first, and then you get referred to your realtor, there's always going to be that sense of, you're not my guy, you're my lender's guy, right? If you find your realtor first, it's going to be someone that's going to be the heart of your transaction. If you meet with them, you like them, and you think they're going to do a good job for you, then they most likely will do that for you. Now, when a realtor recommends a lender to you, there's things to consider here. Once again, the lender's not giving kickbacks to the realtor. I mean, sure, the lender might take them out to lunch once in a while, or send them passes to like some events they're having or whatever, but they're not compensated for giving you their leads. The realtor is going to refer you to a lender, not because they're trying out a lender, or not because they're trying to get the lender's business. The realtor wants everything to go as efficient and smoothly as possible for you. And they're going to send you to their lender because that lender has a track record and experience of doing a great job for their client. So a realtor is recommending a specific lender to you because by them doing that, they're minimizing the risk of something going bad. Or, like I always say, if something does go bad, they're going to manage the situation and problems and make it work in your favor. Occasionally, I get a client that comes in and they already have a lender. They either met with them beforehand or they've helped them in the past, whatever the case may be. And most of the time, my reaction is great. I'd love to work with them, but here's what I'm going to do. I, as a realtor and your escrow, I need to make sure everything is efficient as possible. So give me your lender's number, and I'm going to call them and I'm going to grill them, and I'm going to make sure that everything is great, everything is solid, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and make sure that you're going to be in a great loan, and if they've given you options, etc., etc., etc. So when I call that lender and they pass my kind of grilling test, and I say, great, they're good to go. So I'm not going to push my person on them. I'm not going to say, use my guy. I'm not going to use your guy. But as the realtor in charge, I'm going to make sure that everything is efficient and set up for success. If you come to me without a lender and I send you to my lender, I don't have to do that because I know they're going to do a good job. And if for some reason they hired in someone new or something doesn't go as planned, I know the person who's the owner of that team and they're going to make up for it tenfold. So something happens here as well. The lender is going to do a great job for you. Most lenders should do a great job for you all the time, but the reality is sometimes they don't. When a client comes in referred by a realtor, especially a realtor that sends you a lot of business, the lender is going to make sure to do a good job for them, because guess what happens if they don't do a great job for them? So if I've been working with a lender for 1.5 years and they completely drop the ball on the client it's something that shouldn't have been done, am I going to continue to work with that lender? The answer is no. And they know that, and they're going to lose a source of business if they do that. So they have more of an incentive to do a better job for the clients that are sent by their preferred realtors and that means that you're going to have a better experience. On the other hand, if you're coming in with your own lender, who the lender has you as a client and that's it, and then they have the realtor they're working with, well, if for some reason we need to get a hold of them at 6 p.m. on a Saturday because we're about to make an offer, we need to run a payment scenario, well, they have no obligation to answer your call. Sure, they might lose you as a customer or as a client, but the person that I recommend has more of an incentive to do things like that, or do favors for us like that. Obviously we're not going to abuse it, but because they know, not only because they value you as a client, but they value the source of business. Whereas if we look at the lender and a realtor that don't work with each other usually, that lender is more likely to not do extra things that help you only because that realtor is not a source for business for them anyways. But once again, I've come across scenarios where the client comes with their own lender, and they come with me and everything ends up being fine. Once again, most of the time on average things work out fine. However, like I say, you want to minimize your risk as much as possible to prevent anything from going wrong, or if it does go wrong, there's going to be the right people there to help you. And that's all the time we have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be part of the Home Goal Homies, that's what I think we're going to be called. It's unnamed. Let me know if you like Home Goal Homies. If you want to join our family, go ahead and subscribe, please. We make weekly real estate educational videos to help you accomplish your home goals. And if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Phoenix, Arizona, or in the surrounding area, my contact information is below. You can reach out to me. And if you're not in Arizona, once again, I will say that soon I'm starting a program. So you look in the description below. If there's a link for you there, then that's it. But if there isn't, it's coming out very soon. I'm going to be able to help people from all over the country find a good realtor for them to use. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day.